So here we are, we three queens of Africa in the kitchen. So once again, this is a community of conversations from Africa to the world. And here I am, Micheline.
I'm Achieng.
And I'm Chirabo.
Today we are literally queens in the kitchen. And ladies, you know what? I just need your help in the prep. So I'm going to make, because I think stuff is getting ready. I'm going to make a chicken mafé, which is found in Senegal and Mali and parts of West Africa. It's a peanut chicken. Forgot to ask if you have allergies.
Nope.
Peanuts?
We're safe.
Peanuts? Okay, because we're going to actually eat after this.
Yeah.
So it's like a tomatoey, spicy, peanutty chicken dish. And then there's other stuff that, we'll eat with that. So, I think these are, look, I do need to actually change up my knives. I'm going to give it a bit of a sharpening. So I'm giving you these two knives. Please just chop this, like the capsicum, the red and green peppers. Any small chunks, they don't have to be perfect, just chop. And then we have so much to talk about. I could talk about food all day. But anyway, just don't mind me as I chop my onion. And then I'll tell you when I need it.
First of all, I'm unsure if maybe Achieng should get the head chef knife. I think I need the sous chef knife. Let's change. I will be mirroring you. Like, do you know what's so funny? I feel like I can always do things when there's like no one watching. Like things like this.
Yeah.
Because the whole time I'm not thinking, I'm like, I need this to be perfect, and I'm just going to do that because now my regular way does not feel.
Do you know, like, I'm so
You'd be
imperfect.
surprised.
It's crazy. There are times where I look at YouTube videos and stuff, and they're like, this is how you cut, I don't know, a red pepper.
And it's
I'm
absolutely
like,
ridiculous.
oh, there was a way.
Yeah, but says who, guys? Trust your instincts.
Yes.
And listen, as long as it gets chopped, who said there was a way?
That's true.
Have you seen that guy who does this thing with the salt and he does the whole, I don't know what, and he salts the beef?
Yeah.
This chef guy, he does like grilled meat,
Oh, I need to
something.
see it. And
No,
he does
I
like a
haven't.
whole work of like.
Yes, and then when he
dance
gets
with
the salt and then he does a thing.
Wow.
I mean, who said meat has to be salted like this? I love it. So please, all that is to say, Chirabo, feel at home, cut it the way you feel like. There's no right or wrong.
Art and dance of cooking.
Yes.
But are you a perfectionist? I mean, I think like a perfectionist journey with anything that they do, you're always going to overthink even at the lightest thing. So.
Yeah.
But would you say you're a perfectionist?
You know what? I'd say once upon a time I was, only because I was hard on myself growing up. You got to do it right. I think you learn with time that it's okay. Doing your best is good enough.
Okay.
And as long as you have an objective, you want to do things and achieve an objective.
Yeah.
And if you've worked towards that, that's okay too. Like doing your best is okay too.
Doing your best is okay too?
Yes.
First of all, I don't think anyone in my generation ever thinks about that. Like, first of all, everybody seems to be thriving.
Yeah.
Like, what's up with that? Why are you thriving like that?
They're thriving on what? Doing their
where are
best?
the people who are like figuring it out and doing their best? Like, everyone's so good at everything.
But sometimes isn't that one of
Yes.
like les apparences, as the French say, like
Yeah.
appearances, just like IG, TikTok. I wake up like this.
Totally.
Is that what you mean? Like the struggle isn't revealed? Or what do you mean?
Yeah, kind of thing. I feel like the way that the world is right now is that like it kind of feels like perfection is key. Like there isn't space for like I think the learning curves are usually done quietly. I don't know if you've actually noticed this, but online people will even talk about doing the work quietly. When they'll say like it's the morning, it's the early mornings and going to the gym when no one is there, and it's like you're hoarding, like practicing and getting good at something, and you show perfect. So like we come into your house and you're like, let's cook, I'm coming through, but in your mind you're assuming like I know what I'm doing. Like I would not come and be like, let's have a cooking date if I didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
Wait, are you a perfectionist?
No, not at all.
Not at
By the
all.
way, just so you know, as you guys are manually chopping.
Yeah.
That little gadget of yours,
Little
which is on one of the other beds, right?
Do you know that I just like literally
And then she's looking very elegant and everything, and just pulling it elegantly. I love it.
And having a great
This
time
is my
with
little pulley system. Can't remember what it's called, but it does good. Awesome. I'm not a perfectionist. No. And it's my strength and my weakness. I've known this for the longest time.
But you're not
Strength in that I just go ahead and get things done, I get things started,
Yeah.
I just do them. Weakness because there does come a time where people want things to be like right on the nose, like,
Yeah.
and so if it's work-wise, I have just surrounded myself with people who have more of a detailed eye. But I am just one of those who, like, I'll even know that this is good, not great.
Yeah.
I suppose I'm following that whole let perfection not be the enemy of good or whatever that.
Yeah, of getting it done.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't had that before.
Yeah. Let perfection not be the enemy of good, but it's slightly more elegant. But that's the expression.
But you know what? It's to that point. Okay. It's okay for it to be almost perfect.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be perfect. You know? Yeah. You better get it done on time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like what people don't realize is like I think sometimes we can have perfectionist tendencies, not all the time. I don't think that the world is so black and white where someone can say I am fully a perfectionist or I am fully a person that is a trier. I think that sometimes perfectionism can sneak up on you.
Yeah.
When it comes, and I find that with me, I don't know if you resonate with this resonates with you, but I find that if I'm doing something that I might realize I'm doing for the first time, I might find that I have a really lax way of like also approaching trying something new.
Yeah.
But if something seems so out of my comfort zone, like let's say it's at work and I'm asked or given a new responsibility of doing something, all of a sudden like I'll approach it slower, I'll look at every single thing, every single detail over and over. Like I might find it hard to even ask them like, oh, have you done this before?
Yeah.
Because a perfectionist thing is now come into my mind to tell me, if you don't know how to do this, it's going to be really embarrassing.
Yeah.
When you show whatever it is, the outcome of this is.
Yeah.
So it has to be perfect.
Yeah.
How do you even go from, I don't know how to do this, to it has to be perfect? Because I guess like it comes from practicing, like you guys are amazing cooks. Like I'm assuming there was a time when you could burn an egg.
Girl, don't even get me started. But you know what? I think, just to your point, I think the perfectionism thing creeps in depending on the environment that you're in.
Okay.
Because it's got to do with also the culture within a space. Don't you think, Mish?
Yeah.
Where, if you're in an organization where they don't give you permission to make mistakes or to fail, you start
Then
to
you need
second
to-
guess yourself. Then you get more cautious.
Yeah.
You start to falter more.
Yeah.
And you reread that email 100 times before you send it.
Yeah.
You know? So I
I
think
end up
that,
sending
yeah.
it, like, actually, procrastination and perfectionism might be linked.
Yeah.
Like maybe we take our time to like approach this task of ours or procrastinating to do out of the need to like, oh, this is going to be terrible because I don't know how to do this and it has to come out well because I will feel critiqued by it if
Yeah.
it's not great.
Yeah.
And I don't have the space here to be
Yeah.
critiqued.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, like now, honestly, like I might not get perfect look, but I would invite you guys over anytime to try the meal, even if it might come out badly.
And that's okay, by the way. We would really enjoy it. And I'm sure it's better than you would. We're also hard on ourselves, you know? We sometimes can really criticize ourselves, you know?
But what would you cook?
What would I
What
cook?
is your go-to thing to cook?
First of all, when I began to like learn, I began to experiment. Like me being me, I think like I counteract like now like shaking off like being overwhelmed by a task. Like never trying something. I have to counteract it by not being overly confident. I'm like, I'm not starting with the noodles. I'm starting with beef stew and mashed potato.
You go, girl.
I'm like, and if I'm gonna be terrible, let's be terrible at something at least that's impressive.
Watch the knife now, calma, calma. You will not be terrible. Start with the beef.
Love it.
Yeah.
I don't know, Chen, how about you? Like, what's your go-to thing? Why not tomatoes? Okay.
My go-to thing in terms of
Cooking.
Cooking.
People coming over, what's the thing that you just love to cook?
oh my gosh. So I grew up having a major complex about cooking. Major complex. Somehow I just wouldn't get it right.
Yeah.
So I just never cooked. And so I started cooking in my later years. I love cooking.
Yeah.
I just renovated my kitchen because I love cooking that much.
I love
Yeah.
that.
And once I started cooking, my friends would love it, and then every time they came, they would want me to make the same thing. And I'd be like, no. And then when I make something new, they love it, and now that's the one thing they want to eat all the time.
All the time.
So I have different things. I have chicken a la tess, which is a recipe that my sister gave me. You've had my chicken a la tess.
chicken. Oh
I don't
my
think
God.
anyone else can. You have
Oh,
it.
that chicken is delicious.
So I must make you chicken a la tess. I mean, please.
I love the naming.
Yeah, chicken a la tess. My sister is called Tess, and it's a famous recipe. I've shared it with so many people. I'm very good with my pork loin chops, I'd say, and then what else? Oh my goodness, I'm naming. You guys are just
you basically overcame your worry about being terrible at it, or like basically like just having a complex with it to trying it out the first time being terrible and then you do it.
Yes, but there's a thing that still happens is that when I'm cooking, I don't mind people being in the kitchen,
Okay.
but don't talk to me.
Oh, you need to
It's so,
concentrate.
yeah, no, because I get into a space, and maybe it's to do
Like a
with
zone?
a zone, and I just want to, I kind of just need to disappear in the process. It's weird, eh? But yeah, I maybe it's just part of that complex that I had as a child growing up, you know?
Maybe perfectionism is then like a complex that's overcoming over.
It is.
That's my main takeaway from this.
Yes, absolutely. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to try. And that sometimes, a lot of the time, is enough.
That is a
You know?
gem.
Yeah.
I love that
gem.
jam.
Yeah.
You know, and so I'll be done because I know it's not perfection, but is it done?
Yeah.
It's workable. It is workable. It will do.
It will do.
And so, ladies, what I'd say is this, huh? So I've got, I put in like some cumin, some cardamom, some what else? Nutmeg, garam masala, turmeric, and then I always do like a garlic ginger. This is like the base, the tomatoes, the dry my hands. And what else goes in there with the onions, of course.
Yeah.
I just always use, this is crazy. Let me tell you this golden box right here.
Oh,
From childhood.
it's a generational
vintage, nostalgic, phenomenal Kenyan goodness. These are like diaspora. Kilos of curry powder, and it has to be the tin.
Yes.
Simbambili, which actually needs 2 lions, just because the logo has 2 lions on it. Let me tell you this mixed curry powder.
Just
Kenyan,
it's
will
bold.
fight
Yeah.
for this, right?
It's bold.
So I end up putting a little pinch
Yeah.
in most things that I cook. Like,
Yeah.
just if you guys have like a favorite go-to spice that you use.
Yeah.
You
For
know?
me, it's paprika. You know, because it doesn't change the taste of the thing, but it just adds something to it. So that's my main one.
I might piggyback my paprika and cayenne pepper.
Yes.
Okay, but together,
Yeah.
that's a duo.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to try that. That sounds amazing.
It does. It does.
So listen, what did you say, cayenne?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
cayenne
goodness.
pepper and paprika together.
Oh my god. Okay, so we're going to wrap. So guess what?
Yeah, I'm
So we're having so we have this peanut chicken.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chicken mafe.
Chicken mafe. My classic beef curry, kind of like East African meets India. Chapatis, of course, chapos. People like in Kenya, we even think chapatis are Kenyan, but they're actually like Indian.
Indian, right?
Yeah, some rice, because you always need rice. You have kachumbari, another Indian from Kenya thing. So it's like tomatoes, onions, maybe some dhania, which is coriander, like a little tomato salsa. A broccoli cranberry kind of salad.
Oh wow.
A feta butternut kind of bake, and what else is that?
Oh my
That's
gosh,
what we're
it
eating,
sounds
people.
so
So listen,
good.
oh, I wish you could eat with us, but let's lay the table. Let's leave you. So I am not promising perfection. It's going to be really good though.
It'll probably be awesome.
Ciao, ciao.
Thank
Bon
you.
appetit. Please subscribe.
It's gonna be bright, 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 sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day.